Amazing. Welcome, everyone. I'm Gabriella. For those of you who don't know me, I've been in the business for about a year now, and I started my rep journey in January. So I started in January with nobody in my team, and now I've got coming up to 200 people in my team. So coming up to, I'm a one-star director and hopefully two-star soon, hopefully. Thanks, Asma. Thank you. So some of you here will be super new and some of you will have been in the business a while. So just pop in the chat box for me. Who already knows about the millionaire spots? If you do, pop a 1 in the chat box. Amazing. Loads of ones. Great. Great, great, great. Pop a 2 in the chat box if you've got no idea what a millionaire spot is. Okay, a few. Okay, good. Good. That's fine. We're going to cover it. So don't worry. By the end of tonight, you're going to know what it is. Now, how many of you, again, pop a 1 in the chat box if you know how the passive income and residual income side of the business works? Good. So we've got a few people who are confident. 0.5. Okay. Oh, I like that. 0.5. Good. Good, good, good. Now, pop a 3 if you've got no idea. You're like, what's residual income? I don't know what it is. What are you talking about? You're confusing me already.
Some you don't. I'm going to pray.
Okay. I'm going to mute you. 3. Okay, we've got a couple of threes. So some people have got no idea what passive income is. Right, we're going to cover it all. First thing I'm going to do is share my screen. So let me know if you can't see it. And we'll start off with the millionaire spots, and then I'm going to move on to passive income. Can everybody see my screen? I'm going to assume yes. Shout if you can't. Otherwise, I'm going to assume yes. So this, for anybody who doesn't know what this is and you're super new, this is our Planet Marketing back office. So this is our virtual dashboard. Now, we have 2 dashboards. We've got our IntelliTravel dashboard where all of our travel stuff goes, and then we've got our Planet Marketing dashboard where all of our team building stuff goes. Now, if you're super new, this is going to look completely empty, and that is absolutely fine. So if you're new, this is what it's going to look like. I'm just going to show you somebody new so you can see what it looks like. And this is what yours will look like if you're new. So you will have you here, and then you're going to have empty spaces down here. Now, this is what we call the matrix. So when people talk about the matrix, this is what we're referring to. And you'll find this in your back office. And you find it by going to Virtual Office, My Business, Matrix Tree. Okay? You will always be at the top of your matrix tree. Now, every time somebody joins your business, what will happen is that they will start to fill this matrix. And this is a 3x9 matrix. Now, what I mean by that is that you have 3 spots. And then under those 3 spots, you've got 9 spots. And underneath each person, it works out exactly the same. So this person will have 3 spots. This person will have 3 spots. This person will have 3 spots, and so on. Now, the way that this matrix fills is that every time someone joins your business, and what I mean by that is somebody will join your team. So they've decided that they want to make a passive income, or they want to earn commissions through travel, whatever it is that they want to do with the business. Every time someone joins your team, they're going to start to fill this matrix, and they will always fill top to bottom, left to right. So your first person, so say Shauna introduced Jim. Jim is going to fall in this first spot here. Then she's going to introduce Joe, and Joe is going to fall here. And then she's going to introduce Mike, and Mike is going to fall here, because it always goes top to bottom, left to right. Now, her fourth person is going to fall there. Now, the reason that that's important is because if this person here, her first person to join her business, hasn't brought someone in fast enough, Shauna is going to fill that first millionaire spot, because these 3 spots underneath you are your millionaire spots. Now, the reason that we call them millionaire spots is because your entire business, everything that you do in your business, is going to fall under one of these 3 people, just because of the way that the matrix fills. So if you had, for example, your mum in this spot, your boyfriend in this spot, and your sister in this spot, guess what? Everyone else you introduce is going to fall underneath those 3 people. Now, the reason that that's important, and I'm going to go back to me. So this is me, okay? And this is my matrix. The first person who joined my business is a lovely lady called Amanda. Now, Amanda lives 2 streets away from me, and she is she's a tutor, and she works for some very, very wealthy families, and she already books all of their travel. So I said to her, Amanda, this will be brilliant for you. If you're already booking their travel, you should make the commission on it. And she was like, great idea. So she joined my business, and she fell into my top spot. My next person to join was my friend Margarita, who loves a holiday, spends a fortune on holidays, and is now saving a fortune on them. She fell into my second spot. And then my third one is my lovely friend Zita, who is a beautician and books a ton of travel for her clients. And I thought, this is what you should do. So she fell into my third spot. Now, when I joined this business, I'll be completely honest with you, I didn't educate myself. I didn't know about the millionaire spots. And that is through nobody's fault than my own. I didn't spend the time to educate myself. And if I had my time over, I would have put my boyfriend, my mum, and my brother in those spots. And the reason being is this. If you look here, it says that I have got 183 people in my matrix. And that's people I've brought in and then people that they've brought in. Okay? So I've got 183 people total. I'm going to click on Amanda and take you to Amanda's matrix. Amanda has got 73 people in her matrix. And guess what? She's only brought in 2 of them. She's brought in 2 people, yet 73 people have fallen under her. Now, if you're brand new, you're going to be wondering why this is important. The reason it's important is that we earn $4 per person per month on every single person who is in your matrix. So my maths isn't quick enough. Let me get a calculator. So 73 times 4. So Amanda could be earning $292 per month just for being in that spot. Now, the reason I'm saying if I had my time over, I'd have my mum in that spot is because my mum, if she was there now, she'd be earning nearly $300 a month just for being there, okay? For purely sitting in my millionaire spot. Now, by the time I cracked onto this idea and I realized the power of this, I'm going to go back up to me. I thought, oh my goodness, this can change lives. So I am going to put my mum, I'm going to introduce my mum. I'm going to get my mum into the business. So first came in Amanda, then came Margarita, then came Zita. Then I introduced my lovely friend Helen, then my friend Nat. And then this is my mum. That's Daniela Scotsy. That's my mum. Now, do you remember I just said Amanda's got 73 people under her. She's the first person I introduced. By the time I get to the 6th person I've introduced, look at that number, 20. Look how much less that is. So my mum is only earning $80 per month instead of the 300 she could have been earning had she been in my first spot. And there was only, I would say, weeks between these signups. So understanding how these spots work and the maths behind it and the kind of the science behind it is really important because you can change people's lives by having them in those top 3 spots. So if I had my time over, I would have absolutely have put my 3 most loved people into those top 3 spots. Now, before I move on to the residual income side of the business, does anyone have any questions? Take your mic off. It's absolutely fine to just chat or pop questions in the chat box. Has anyone got any questions? But Dorothy, ask away. You're on mute. You're still on mute. Can't hear you.
Sorry. My question is, and I don't, you haven't mentioned it yet, but I did watch one video, the one in the training, and it says they earn as long as they're active on both sides.
Yes.
And that's the bit I want to know, because if I put my mother in, which of course I can't and I won't, I need to know what active on both sides means.
Yeah. So all active means is that when you join the business, you do 2 registration forms. You do the first form, which is the Planet form, and then you do the second form, which is the IntelliTravel form. Now, the Planet Marketing form is the rep side, and the IntelliTravel is the ITAs, the independent travel agency side. Now, you don't have to actually have booked anything or have done anything, but you have to have registered with both. Now, what's happened in the past is that some people have only registered or using the IntelliTravel form, and they haven't done the Planet Marketing form, which means that they are never going to earn that residual income because they're split into two separate companies. You're split into IntelliTravel and Planet Marketing, which are two companies that work together. But all that meaning active is that you are registered and paying your monthly subscription. That's it. And you're registered with both companies. If you're only registered with IntelliTravel, you don't qualify for the passive income. And if you aren't paying your monthly subscription, you don't qualify. It doesn't matter how much travel they're booking. They could book zero travel. They could just book travel for themselves and use the discounts. That's fine. So active isn't like you have to book 10 grand's worth of travel a year. It's just being active on paying your subscription. That's it.
Okay, and do they have had to introduce anybody to the business?
Yes, and I will come to that in a second.
Okay,
so
sorry.
It's tiered. It's tiered. Great question, and it's tiered, and I will come to it. Okay, so I'm now going to go through the compensation model. If anyone's got any other questions, I can't see anyone anymore because I'm on my Planet Marketing. So if you've got questions, just interrupt me, all right? I'm going to come down to, this is all on the Planet Marketing website, by the way, so you can always refer back to this. If you scroll down and you come down to here, view the compensation model, it's going to tell you all of this stuff here. Now, it's not a great explanation. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just going to talk you through it. Every time someone joins your business directly, so let's say my first sign up, Amanda, she joined me directly. Okay, my first sign up, I got paid $50 for that. And every time someone joined me, up until I was a gold builder, and a gold builder is 9 people directly, you get paid a $50. Thank you very much for introducing someone bonus. And that gets paid weekly. So if someone joined me today, next Thursday, I would get paid that bonus, right? Now that bonus, that $50 increases as you progress through the business. So as you improve, the model rewards you. So you start on a $50 thank you very much fee. Once you hit gold, which is 9 directs, they give you an extra $10. So that 50 shifts to 60. Okay? If I lose anyone, just shout. And then this is where this graph comes in really helpful. So when you hit 1-star director, and that is 100 people in your team collectively, so not 100 that you've introduced, but 100 in total, that shifts by another $10. So it's gone from 50 when you're below gold to 60 as a gold builder, and then to 70 when you hit 1 star. So this down here, these numbers in red, what they're showing is the additional money. So you get your $50 and then $10 when you're gold. So there would be a little 10 there as gold. And then when you're 1 star, 20. When you're 2 star, 30, meaning you're going to get $80 for every sign up. When you're 3 star, 40, meaning you're getting $90 for every sign up, every direct, and so on. Now that is exactly the same for your indirects. And what I mean by indirect is, say I've introduced Amanda, and then Amanda brings on her friend Joanne, okay? Amanda's going to get the $50, right? Because Amanda's introduced Joanne. So Amanda gets a $50, thank you very much. As somebody under gold, you get 25 for that. So I'd get $25 for that as a thank you very much. But that also shifts up by $10 as you move through. So if you hit gold, your 25 goes to 35. When you hit 1 star, that 35 goes to 45. So currently, for me, as a 1-star director, every time I introduce someone directly, I'm getting $70. Every time they bring in someone, so the next level down, I'm getting $45. And now guess what happens? You go deeper and deeper and deeper. So before you're gold, you're 50, 25. That's it. You hit gold, you go 60, 35, 10. Make sense? Then when you're 1 star, it's 70, 45, 20, 10. And that continues. So the compensation model rewards you the further you move through your business. So the better you do, the more you get paid on every single level, right? Now, what you also get is for everyone in your business, $4 per person per month. Now, this is really important to understand for your millionaire spots. It becomes tiered. And I'm just going to share this tab instead. Let me see if I can just bring this up bigger. 1 second. Can everyone see my screen, which has got it's got like a little graph on it? Can everybody see that? I'm going to assume yes if nobody's shouting no. So the way that this works, I want you to look at these numbers, okay? This down here corresponds to how many directs you've got for now. This is the way I'm going to explain it. So I want you to think about it: 1 direct, 2 direct, 3 directs, 4 directs, and so on. To unlock the $4 per month, is that a question? No. To unlock the $4 per month, you have to have at least 2 directs, okay? So the minute that you get 2 direct people into your team, you will get $8 per month. So you have to have 2. Now, you're never going to earn on everything in the matrix because that wouldn't be fair. Remember, the compensation model rewards hard work. So what it doesn't do is let you bring in 1 person and then that 1 person bring in 1,000 people and you get paid on that, right? You have to always be moving your own business, which is why you can overtake the person who brought you in. You could overtake multiple people who brought you in, because the harder you work, the more money you earn, right? It's not reliant on anybody else. It only relies on you. So you bring in 2 people and that get 2 directs, and you can earn $8 per month on that. However, the model rewards you. It lets you earn on a maximum of 9 people. The reason being is that it works. A NASA scientist worked out the matrix, by the way, which is why it never runs out of money, and which is why it's tiered. So if you bring in 2 people, but those 2 people happen to have brought in a ton of people themselves, you will be able to earn on a maximum of 9 of them. Now, let's say you brought in Jim and Joe, and Jim and Joe are absolute rockets, and they've brought in 100 people each. You're still only going to earn on 9 of them, because that's how much the matrix allows. If you brought in 1 more direct, you can earn on a maximum of 27 people. 4 directs, a maximum of 81 people. 5 directs, a maximum of 243 people. And that continues all the way to gold, where at gold, you can earn on a maximum of 19,683 people, which comes to roughly £88,500 per month. Now, you don't need to have brought in 19,683 people. You could just bring in 9 people. And a few of these people might be absolute rockets and be running hard with the business. And they might have brought in a ton of people. But as long as you're gold, you can earn on all of them. So you want to hit gold as quickly as possible, because that allows you to earn on the maximum amount of people. Now, the reason this is important in relation to the millionaire spot is because I'm just going to go back to my matrix. And I'm going to go back to Amanda as an example. Amanda has got 73 people under her. Okay, so she could be earning whatever we said, roughly, not far off, $300 per month. But Amanda has only introduced 2 people. So she's actually only earning on 9 of that 73. If she brought in 1 more person, let's just go back to this. If she brought in 1 more person, she could earn on 27 of them. If she brought in 2 more people, she'd earn on all of them, even though she's only got 4 people directly related to her, and none of them have duplicated. It's all been from the people who've fallen into her matrix from all of the building that I've been doing. She could be earning on all of them, which is why it's really important that people build their own businesses. So when you put, and you can put people in your loved ones, you can sign people up under your loved ones, by the way. So if I had my time over, can everyone still see my screen, or did it just disappear?
Disappeared.
It disappeared. I thought so. I just had a flash up. One sec. Let me just bring that back up. So if I had my time over, what I would have done is sort of put my boyfriend, my mum, and my brother, I'd have got to gold to make sure that I was earning the maximum. And then I would have signed 2 people up under my mum's name, and I would have looked after them to make sure that my mum was earning that money. And then as the numbers under my mum grew, every time it was about to hit a new level, I would give her 1 more sign up. That's what I would do. Because in this business, you also have to be smart. Okay, guys, this is about growing something sustainable and about making sure that you are looking after yourself, your loved ones, and making sure that everybody is earning an income. And you want return on money as soon as possible and return on your investment. And the matrix is confusing, and it's taken me a long time to get my head around it. So if this is your first ever call learning about it, I appreciate that it's a lot to take on. But those millionaire spots are extremely, extremely important. Now, just a quick story. So Rachel Lalji, who's the top earner in the company, the first person to ever join her business was her friend, a really good friend of hers. And she, first of all, only signed up using the Intelli form. She didn't do the Planet Marketing form. So she was never going to be able to earn money on this spot anyway. The second thing she did was quit after 2 weeks. That spot, bearing in mind Rachel Lalji now has a team of 25,000, that spot is now worth 80 grand a month. Which would just be, I mean, it would be devastating, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely awful. So these spots, you never know who's going to come into your business. You just don't know. So, and it's not someone, it might be someone you don't even know yet. Because if I go down into my downline, it could be that, I don't know, I might click on Helen, and Helen brought in Joe, and Joe brought in the lovely Carla and Rebecca. If we click on Rebecca, Rebecca brought in Mia, right? Now, Mia might end up being like Rachel Lalji and bringing in a ton of people, which will blow my business up. And I didn't know Mia or Becca or Joe 6 months ago. I didn't know any of them. So this business has the power to change your life, and you don't even know it yet. And you can change the lives of people you don't know yet. I mean, some people in my downline, I've ended up filling up their matrices, and they're earning, 3 figures a month because of people who've fallen into their matrices because of me. So this is a really, really powerful business model. Now, the commission side of the business is incredible, and we earn great commissions on the travel. It's amazing. And use the product, rinse the product, use it for yourself, use it for your loved ones. But educate yourself on this side of the business too, because I didn't at the start, and I really, really regret it. Because for me, only being just over 9 months and 8 days into my rep journey, that top spot for me is now worth $300 a month. And that, don't know about you guys, but for my mum, $300 a month would probably make her life a heck of a lot better. Except she's not getting it because I didn't know and I didn't bother educating myself. So you guys are obviously much further ahead than I'll ever be because you've turned up and you want to listen. All right, so I'm going to stop there. But I know it's super confusing. So does anybody have questions? I'm just going to go through the chat box, but please just turn your cameras on and just talk to me. I'm nice, I swear. Oh, Tanya, Rachel said the other day she passes her friend on the school run and never has the guts to tell her what she's missed out on. Yeah, I bet. Can you imagine? You'd feel sick, wouldn't you, if you knew that you'd be missing out on 80 grand a month. I've been panicking if I've done the right thing, joining, finding it overwhelming, but this is really changing my mindset with this opportunity. Well, yeah, honestly, Danielle, this is life-changing. And the quicker that you come to the realization of that, the better. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I'm a GP and I'm a partner in a surgery. So I already earn a 6-figure income, okay? And I talk about this openly online. Now, to earn that 6-figure income, I had to go to uni, spend a ton on my degree, and then I did 10 horrible years as a junior doctor, working nights and just awful shifts. And it was I loved it, but it was hard. And then I eventually worked my way up to partner and had a 6-figure salary, right? But I was working literally nonstop. And then in Jan this year, when I realized what this business model could do, the realization for me was, oh my goodness, everybody can do this. This isn't reliant on having A-star grades. It's not reliant on, getting these C-suite jobs as CEOs and CEOs of companies, or being partners in surgery, or brain surgeons, or top attorneys, or whatever it might be. If you are committed to building a business here, everyone can earn a 6-figure salary, and there's no barriers. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what job you do. It doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mum. This is an opportunity. And when I realized that, my first thought was, oh my goodness, I can help so many people have what I have without having like the barrier of education or privilege or any of those kind of things. So this is super powerful. So chuck yourselves in and educate yourself is my biggest advice on this. Andrea, do you earn $4 for everyone who's in your matrix, regardless of direct or indirect? Yes, everyone. Literally everyone. Dorothy, when will this recording be available? Tomorrow. I will post it in the chat tomorrow. Sharon, if my upline is currently not working the business due to personal reasons, so where in theory would my matrix fill from? Does that make sense? Your matrix fills from you. It fills from you down. It doesn't matter what's happened above you, okay? So I am in Sally's millionaire spot. Okay, but I don't earn a penny from being in her millionaire spot because I built my business quicker than she did. So the only person responsible for your business is you. Work hard, tell everyone. That's my biggest advice. Any more questions? I can't see any more questions. Have I missed any? Has anyone else got any more questions? No? Let me just check the chat. Oh, here we go. How do I start telling people? Honestly, it's going to be messy at first. You're going to get it wrong. You're going to stumble on your words. You're going to find it difficult. But the easiest way is to fail. Okay, you've got to fail. You've got to get it wrong, and then you've got to fail forward. So you'd be like, okay, where did I go wrong there? Why? What did I say that didn't work? And then you just reiterate. And it's the same for everything. And I think about it like being a toddler. Okay, toddlers, when they're learning to walk, they get up, they stumble, they fall, they hit their face on the floor, they have a bit of a cry, and then they get up, and then they just do it again, and they fall over again, and they just keep doing that over and over again. But have you ever seen an adult that can't walk? No, because when you're that big, you just keep going. So that's my biggest advice, is that you just need to brush it off, think, okay, oh well, doesn't matter, try again, okay? Because this opportunity isn't for everyone, but it's for the right people. And you're not trying to, and you need to get away from the idea of recruitment. We're not recruiting. We're giving people an opportunity. And if they want that opportunity or not is kind of neither here nor there, okay? Because it's not your job to force people to do something they don't want to do. Your responsibility is to educate people. No worries, Dorothy, see you later. Your job is to educate people on what is possible and to educate people on the vision. And then if they want it, they'll take it. And then if they take it, you take their hand and you take them with you, and you teach them, and you mentor them, and you help them make money. It's not about recruiting and then dropping someone. That's not what we're doing. We're not in the business of that. We're in the business of giving someone an opportunity, telling them about the opportunity, showing how it could benefit them, then holding their hand and then taking them along your journey. Sally hit golden DIT at once. Yeah, I know. It's wild, right? It's brilliant. I don't think we've signed up to the Planet Marketing yet. Is it too late? No, it's not too late. You can wrap up at any time. Tanya, I tell everyone I earn back on everything I book. Yeah, brilliant. Once they start, you can educate on this side of the business so it's not overwhelming. Yeah. Can I add your testimonial on my website? Yeah, absolutely. Crack on. I don't mind at all. Lucy, oh, you're so welcome. Andrea, I need to work on that and see people as business partners with the same vibe as me. Yeah. You want people in your, you got to think about it as your team, right? And I don't mean like you're building your team. I mean, we are a team. And if you're not resonating with someone or vibing with someone and you're like, oh my gosh, we are so different, I don't see eye to eye with you at all, they're probably not the right fit for you and you're not the right fit for them. So like I said, it's not about desperately trying to recruit, it's about trying to help people. And if you don't think you can help someone, then they're not the right fit for you. And that's okay, by the way, guys. That's okay. It's better to have solid foundations and help people who want to be helped and who you vibe with than anything else. Thank you so much for explaining this. Makes such a big difference. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Any other questions, guys? I'm happy to keep going if anyone's got anything else. But in my warm network, I don't see anybody that's willing to put the work in. Everyone wants a quick win. Yeah. And that's hard, right? And do you know what? Warm network is the hardest network. And I'll tell you something. My 3 best friends, I said to them when I started this journey, I was like, guys, this would be brilliant for you. They all said no. Every one of them. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And now guess what? Most of my building is done online because you meet people online who you would never have usually met in real life, and you end up being really good friends with them and talking to them every day. And you know what? That's great. So your warm network, if they say no, they say no. Some of my best friends turned back around to me recently and said, can I join? And I was like, absolutely not. That will be a nightmare. I haven't got the bandwidth for that. So your warm network, yeah, explore your warm network. Absolutely delve into your warm network, but don't be disheartened if they say no. It's okay if they say no, and they might have to watch you for a while. I have people who have been watching me on Instagram for 6 months and they're messaging me now saying, hey, I've been watching for 6 months. They need to know that this isn't a flash in the pan and that you're serious. Because be honest with yourselves, okay? Sorry, this has turned away from passive income into something else. So if I'm boring everyone, tell me I'm boring you and I'll be quiet and log off. Would you join someone who's done 1 post in 3 months? Who's like, oh, hi guys, join my team. I wouldn't, because I think, oh my gosh, you're not serious about this. You're not treating this like a job. Because guys, this is a business, right? You're business people. You've bought a business. You haven't bought a travel saving program. You've bought yourselves a business. And the quicker you think, I have a business and I'm going to treat this like a business and I'm going to turn up like a business, the quicker that people will see you as the CEO of your own company. But you have to turn up with that energy. And my first 4 months of my journey, I didn't say a word to anyone because I was like, oh, I've got this lovely travel savings program. That's not what it was. It was a business. I just didn't bother educating myself. So the minute you turn up with CEO energy, the minute that people look at you and they're like, oh, she's serious. I want to join her. She knows what she's talking about. And you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know the travel side inside out. You don't have to know the compensation model inside out. You don't have to know exactly, the date that Planet Marketing was created or every single partner and how every single thing works. You don't have to know all of that, because I promise you, if I take it back to my experience as a GP partner, I own my practice. Do I know every single thing that happens in my practice and how all of the wheels in the cog turn? No, I don't. But I've got a really good bird's eye view of it. And if someone asked me for an overview, I could absolutely tell them. And I could turn up with authority to tell them. But you don't have to know every single detail, because if someone said to me, how does the photocopy work? I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Got no idea. But you know what I would know? I'd know where to find that information. I'd know who to ask or where to find it. And that's what you need to have in this business. You need to know, where can you find that information? So if someone you're talking to asks you a question, you're like, I've got no idea. Don't panic. Pop into the group chats. What's the commission on blah, blah, blah? Someone knows. I promise you. Somebody knows. Your upline will know. And if they don't know, their upline will know. Someone will know. We're a super supportive group, so somebody will know. Does that help?
Yeah, Gabs, can I ask a question?
Of course you can.
So if I feel, so I've done my first 9, if I feel spots 10, 11 and 12 and it's showing as level 3 on Planet Marketing, does that mean that they're in my level 2's millionaire spots if my level 2's haven't filled or not? I'm not sure. I asked Planet and they couldn't show me the tree.
So levels are confusing on Planet. So when you go to your genealogy here, it's going to tell you all about your levels, right? And when you go through genealogy, your level, and this is just for genealogy, by the way, your level 1 is your directs, your level 2 is your indirects, your level 3 is their directs, and so on, right? So that's your genealogy. However, when we talk about levels in terms of payments, Planet will pay you $4 per person, 9 levels deep. This is level 1, your first 3. This is level 2. Okay. Level 3 is under Helen, Nat, and Daniela. That's level 3. And so on, down to 9 levels. Now, when they talk about compression, it's a confusing term because it doesn't, when I think about compression, I think that the matrix does this. That's not what happens. What happens is let me just think of a good example. Okay, so level 1, Amanda. Okay. Amanda's my level 1. My level 2 is Helen. My level 3 is Joe Barker. My level 4 is Michael Pritchard, except Michael Pritchard cancelled. So actually, what they will do is they'll search for the next level. So his, on just this one particular string, that is no longer level 4. Level 4 is Rebecca. Then level 5 would be Tom. Level 6 would be Mia. Because Michael cancelled. So they are very fair and very helpful in that they will let you, if somebody is cancelled, skip that person and then the next person counts as your next level. Does that answer your question?
I think so. It's just I saw my latest sign up show as level 3 and I thought he's direct, so shouldn't that be level 1?
It's level 3 in your matrix. It's level 3 in your matrix.
But not in your genealogy.
But not in your genealogy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to your matrix tree, Amanda's my direct, Margie's my direct, Zita's my direct, Helen's my direct, Nat's my direct, Daniela's my direct, Cheng's my direct, she's my direct, she's my direct, she's my direct, and she's my direct. Okay? Even though they're on level 2 of the matrix, they're on level 1 of my genealogy because they're all my directs.
Right, okay. That makes sense. It's just a shame we can't see the whole tree. Do you know what I mean? Because I was just wondering whether any of my directs fall into my other directs millionaire spots, but I don't think they do.
You can search for people. So let me search for who can I search for? George. So if you type in a name there and you search, it'll bring up people, and then I can be like, okay, so let's look for this person. That's her. Where does she sit? Let's go up. She sits under her. Where does she sit? She sits under Zita. Where does she sit?
Oh, you can go up and I was wondering what them buttons were.
So that's what you can do with that, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, guys? If not, I'll let everybody crack on with their evening. I appreciate that it's gone on longer than half an hour.
Hi Gabs, sorry,
yeah.
I've just got one question. You know, with the millionaire spot, so because we're a bit confused, as in, like, I know that everyone has 3 spots, but do you only benefit if you've been directly put in by the person above you? So, for example, does everybody sit in a millionaire spot, somebody's millionaire spot, but not everybody benefits from those millionaire spots?
Yeah, not everybody benefits. So people can fill your millionaire spots for you. So in the case of my matrix, where you looked at Amanda, and then under Amanda, there were 3 people. All 3 of those people were my directs. So they're all still benefiting, but no one Amanda knows is in her millionaire spots. So the millionaire spots benefit them, not you. You're doing it for your loved ones. So if you offer it out to them and they say no, it's their loss, not yours. You're doing them a favor by putting them in your millionaire spots.
So if I'm sitting in some random person's millionaire spot, which I think I am, but they're not actively building currently, this is what Tab said to me. So I wouldn't ever earn from that person building.
You should never be thinking that way. You shouldn't be thinking, because I sit in Sally's millionaire spot and I don't earn a penny from her.
Yeah. But
what because I built my business faster and I earn more money than Sally, even though she brought me in. So the only thing you can control is your own business. Some people are lucky and they end up being lucky and having people fall in their matrix. Your job is to make your family lucky. So you want to have people in your top 3 spots that you really care about so that you make them lucky. Because if you're serious about the business and you want to build a business, what you'll do is have your top 3 people, and then you're going to build a huge business. And those 3 people are then super lucky, right? But you shouldn't rely on somebody else making you lucky.
No.
Build your own luck.
But what I just want to clarify is, because somebody that I introduced who was in one of my millionaire spots, she said that, she said that everybody falls in a millionaire spot. So it all depends on, who's building above you or not, whether you benefit from any extra income of that person. But isn't that incorrect? Because I thought that it's only if you have directly introduced that person.
No. Anyone in the matrix, it doesn't matter where you are in the matrix, anyone who falls under you, you can earn off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So every single spot, anything under that spot, you can potentially earn off. But you can only earn off that if you are building yourself.
Yeah.
Nothing comes free.
Yeah. Getting to each to each level. Yeah. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Your jobs are to try and get your loved ones into your top 3 spots, and then to build a massive business under them so that they benefit from it.
Okay.
You can't control what's happened before you. You can only control what's happened to you and below. That's it.
Right. Okay.
So whatever's happened before you is neither here nor there, because
right.
You can't control it, right? You can't control what the person above you or what everybody else is doing. All you can do is control what you do and how hard you work. That's it.
Cool. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Was this another one? Also, if you get to 9, your travel business basically runs for free month. Yeah, it does. If you bring in 1 person per month, your travel business is free. And once you get to 9, it's completely free. And the passive income grows really quickly, by the way. It grows really quickly. From January to now, my average income is between 2.5 and 3 grand a month.
That's what I did. I brought 1 person a month so that I was breaking even, so that it ran for free from the get-go.
One a month.
And you can easily do that without it being a job. Like, you can easily just do it in 10 minutes in the evenings and mornings if you actually plug in daily and be consistent.
Exactly. So if people are worried about money, do you think you can just say to them, do you think that 1 person a month who might want to save money on their travels or earn an additional income? I think that's pretty easy to do. If you put a bit of work in, you don't even have to put a ton of work in, just a little bit of work in, right? And then your business is free. Any other questions? All right, I'm going to call it there, unless anyone's got a burning question. But have a lush night, everyone. And
thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. If anyone has any other questions, just pop them in the chat on WhatsApp and I'll answer them. All right.
Thanks, Gabs. That was so helpful. Appreciate you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Bye, everyone. Bye. 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 Bye.